start with Maddie Dravecky, and then we'll kind of go on from there. So, guys, thank you guys so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having us.
Ooh, the harmony.
They synced it perfectly. Let's go. All right, if we're going Dravecky first, let's talk about the season experience. I think it's always a good kind of place to start too, especially it being your junior year, first year as an upperclassman. So you're kind of asked to do a little bit more and ask a little bit more from the team. So what has been this kind of season experience been like for you to this point?
Even though I only have technically played 2 years with the softball program, this season has definitely been my favorite. With 10 seniors, I got to build a relationship with each of them, and I think we just had like a lot of talent this year, so I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, talk about these 10 seniors because you guys are going to be the next ones that have to lead after this. So,
yeah.
Maddie, what lessons have these seniors taught you on how to lead that you're going to take in the next season when you're the senior?
They really taught me to play for each other and to not worry about like the upcoming games, focus on the now, and just do your best.
Who was a player when you first started in softball that you kind of looked up to that kind of showed you the ropes now that helped you become the player you are today?
Definitely Catherine O'Hara.
What was it about Kat that kind of, what was the biggest lesson, I guess, you learned from her leadership?
Just her positive attitude and the way she just always kept moving, even if she had a bad game.
Getting some love from Coach Mootz already. He's watching. He's tuning in.
Yeah. In your experience, though, with softball and in the games that you've been able to experience, tough conference, no doubt. And I mean, you guys always play some fun non-conference games as well. What's been a game or some games that stick out in your mind as ones that you would probably put in some of the best category?
Our first game against Canfield this year, beating them, I think, was it 6-2 or 5-1?
Oh.
That was definitely a top 10 moment. It was really exciting.
I know that felt good because Canfield got the sweep on you guys last season. I mean, you come into this year and you have a lot of hunger from last season. Talk about the drive of this team. Talk about the drive of this team and what made what made you guys so hungry coming into this season.
We definitely wanted that win more than anything. I mean, they're like one of our biggest rivals, so just the energy.
Mootz has got you with the score. It's 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1. Thanks.
Talking about Mootz and how active he is in the comment section, let's talk about the influence he's had on your softball career the last couple of years. What's some of the best advice you've received from Coach Mootz that constantly is sticking in your head, as I already see you guys?
And I quote, his famous line is that if you get down, don't get down.
It's our favorite.
It's our favorite.
What's one thing about Coach Mootz that people probably don't know that you think they should?
He has such a funny personality. Like, on the field, like, he has, like, a serious face. He's, like, in the game. But, like, during practice, he's really funny.
We hear that advice pop up, I think, pretty much virtually with every Boardman softball player that comes through. Talk to me about what that advice means to you, or a time in your life, whether it's in a game or just in real life, where you found yourself using this advice, or you found yourself saying that to yourself to not get down on something.
An example of that would be I would say in the Canfield game, it was 0-0 all the way up until like the third inning. And then some of the players were starting to get down, losing momentum and losing their energy. But I think that was like the first time he said it. If you get down, don't get down. And then Maddie Lester hit a home run, and that's what got us going.
One of the things that I notice about Maddie when I'm doing games, that you come in, no matter if it's off the bench or you're starting, you have the same mentality and you're always ready to go. Talk about the experience of either coming in off the bench or starting, and how you're able to stay mentally focused throughout the whole game.
My goal as a teammate is to get everyone up. I want people to be excited to play. I want them to be ready to win. And yeah, that's it. I just want to be the best teammate I can be. And whether or not I'm not playing, I don't want to have a negative attitude. So I'm always trying to stay positive.
once you become an upperclassman, I feel like a lot of coaches, especially around this area, start preaching about what it means to represent the school and represent the colors and represent the community. In your time, what have you taken away about what it means to represent Boardman and kind of wear that Spartans name across your chest and represent the community?
I think that representing Boardman means that we just want to keep the respect that we have right now. Like walking into a game, we don't want teams thinking that they could just blow us out. We want to have that respect that we're good competition.
Now you're going in the districts, and here we go. It's go time. It's where legends are made. How excited is this program to head down to Massillon and try to give these 10 seniors every game that they can possibly give them?
I'm really ready. I want to be able to go as long as we can for these seniors because they got short of their sophomore year. We got cut of our freshman year. So I think we have a really good opportunity to go far this year.
And talking about that, this is going to be kind of a question that's going to be asked to all of you. So heads up in the interview, because I'm curious, because having your freshman year taken away from you is kind of crucial for a lot of players in any sport, because I mean that's a huge developmental year. What was that like having freshman year taken away from you? And I mean, just how do you adjust with that, not knowing that, if there even is sports that were available that you were interested in, you don't have that outlet or that option anymore as a freshman?
I don't know about you guys, but I was still working in the off season. Like Fred was constantly texting us, telling us to keep working, even though we weren't able to all meet up. And I had my travel team. We were like talking, making sure that we were working out, hitting as much as we could, and just not sitting and getting bored, like we wanted to stay moving.
And I'm sure that travel season was a blessing, because summer, everything got a little bit back to normal. You're able to get back on the field. Travel ball, describe what kind of development it helps you do and how much it has helped you grow in the off season and helped you grow as a player.
I'm very grateful for my travel team because I've been playing with them for, this is going to be the 7th or 6th year. And it's just really nice to have the opportunity to not have a off season, basically. We start in February with high school and then finish in September. So I don't ever have a moment where like I'm losing that ability to grow.
Is one of your first speeches, I guess, as a senior, talk to the Boardman 8th graders right now and give some advice on what it's going to be like going into varsity softball.
As a senior and as a underclassman coming to the high school softball program, I would recommend just having a good attitude and don't be nervous. We're a really good group and we're very welcoming. Just do your best, and it's all about having fun.
What is your favorite off the field memory with this program?
The entire spring break trip this year to Siesta, that was a good time. Everyone could say that was a good time.
What was some off the field bonding that took place? Because I know that's always the best time of those trips. It's not so much the games.
After our parish game and battling it out with them, we all went to the lobby and ate with the coaches, and we're just messing around, and it was really fun.
All right, Maddie, it's time for the rapid fire section of the interview to get to know you a little bit off the field, since we've gotten to know you so well on the field. I want to start with, what is your guilty pleasure dessert?
Oreos.
Oreo.
Okay. Oreos.
What's because there's so many different kinds of Oreos. What's like the favorite Oreo?
Okay, well I gotta talk about how I eat them. I have 3 double stuffed Oreos, and I break them all apart, and then I take 2 of them and I put them together, and then I eat one of them without like the cookie part.
Wait, go through it again.
So I have 3 double stuffed Oreos. I separate them. Like I take the cookie part off of it.
Like you would with an Oreo. You take,
so I just separate it.
Okay.
2 of the ones that are separated, I put them together and like make it a mega stuffed one.
You quadruple stuff? You're quadruple stuff?
I make one of them like a quadruple stuffed one, and then the other one I eat without like the top part of the cookie. And then I just eat the 3 cookies individually.
Wow.
Almost kind of like what you do with like a cracker and like a piece of pepper putting out it with a wrist.
Yeah.
That is How to Eat an Oreo by Maddie Dravecky. Talk about your music playlist and what kind of songs you like to listen to.
I'm a Taylor Swift girl. I love Taylor Swift. She always gets me pumped up. I think all of us could jam out to T Swift all the time.
How much does your music playlist align with the team? Are you vibing with the team's music, or is it one of the ones where it's like, guys, you guys are nuts. This music's trash.
One of my best qualities is that I have really good playlists, so I'm usually the one that comes up with the playlists.
It's like on your resume, good playlist. Boom.
Yep, that's what I'll say.
What is one song on that playlist though that you'd be embarrassed that it's on? Like when you're around your friends, you skip it.
I'm not embarrassed by this, but this is like a guilty pleasure song. Sick Amount of Chicken.
I mean, we all love that one.
Yeah. That's like our pump up song.
It's become a rally song for Boardman softball. Where did that come from? Tell us the story of your rally song.
I think the person who introduced it to us was Tori Strands, and it was once again on the Siesta Key spring break trip.
It's like a Parish game.
Yeah, it was at the Paris. Yeah.
And
Speaking of Tori Strands, we know that she has to have her pregame Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah.
True.
Oh yeah.
What's your pregame meal or pregame routine?
The chicken flavored ramen noodles.
Okay.
Yeah, I always have them.
That is definitely a first. What about the post-game meal? What are you eating after a game?
That's difficult because I'm a big eater. I could eat whatever. It's not like a specific thing.
What was one childhood fear that you had?
Definitely tornadoes. I hate tornadoes.
Do you still have that fear? Like when the tornado siren goes on, Maddie's
Yeah, I flip out.
what is one personal goal that you have this season, or you've had this season?
This season, I really wanted to be able to make an impact on all of my teammates, and the feedback I've gotten from them, I think I accomplished that goal.
What is one thing on your bucket list before you die?
I want to travel as much as I can.
What kind of cities are on that travel list of dream cities that you want to go to?
I would love to go to LA, Tokyo, stuff like that, all over.
Tokyo. What I'm going to ask this now. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you want to live?
Hawaii.
Close to Tokyo. If you could afford any car, what car would you want to drive?
Oh my Lord. Probably a Porsche.
What is are you a movie girl or a book girl?
I'm a movie girl.
All right. What was the last movie you saw in theaters?
Encanto. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. We don't talk about Bruno.
The Disney movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the last one I saw. Or like The Secret Life of Pets 3. I don't know. One of those.
There's a third one?
No. The last movie I saw was the newest Spider-Man. That's the last movie I saw. It was a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the last show that you've been to watch on Netflix?
Criminal Minds.
What fictional death hit you the hardest?
I know this one, right?
Probably, yeah, Tony Stark. No spoilers though.
No spoilers.
He doesn't.
What would you do if the Wi-Fi went out at your house? What's the go-to like unplugged hobby that you can do without Wi-Fi?
I'd probably walk to her house. We're like 5 houses down, so I'd just go hang out with her.
Wi-Fi's out the whole city of Boardman. There's no Wi-Fi anywhere. And you can't use data. Data's gone too. Data's gone. Phone's gone. Internet's gone.
We're going to go for a nice walk with my dogs.
All right. Speaking of your dogs, what's the weirdest thing that your pets do?
They make make noises. They whine. Like my one dog meows. It's really weird.
If your dogs could talk, what would they say about you?
That I'm amazing.
All right. That's love it. All right. Before we let you go, we want to give you the chance to thank your support system and the people that have always been there for you and the people that are always in your corner.
I obviously want to thank Coach Mootz for giving me the opportunity this year and last year. He's one of my biggest supporters, and I will be grateful for him forever. And my parents and my travel team, they support me all the time.
All right, Maddie,
And
thank
these
you
two.
so much.
And
for
these two.
joining us. And those two
Yep.
for the moral support, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good luck tonight and the rest of the season, and we look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Thank you.